Hello and welcome to the Pepsi Tailgate Central presented by the Javelina Broadcast Network. I am James Espinosa and I'm joined this morning by tight ends coach Andrew Herring. When we come back, we'll have more from Coach Herring. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Every week, Lone Star Conference football is its own saga.
Are you the hunter or the hunted?
The bug or the windshield?
Don't slip up. You can't take a week off.
We play 7 regular season games.
But that's just the beginning.
In November, the conference playoffs will settle the score.
You want to be the champion?
Prove it.
Who will be the last team standing?
Conference playoffs. We're the one.
Hello and welcome back to the Pepsi Tailgate Central. I'm James Espinosa alongside tight ends coach Andrew Herring. Coach, it's great to have you on the set this morning. It's first time here. I'm pretty sure you're excited about that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. It's always a pleasure to have the coaches of the Javelina football team on the set. First off, Coach, coming off a defeat last week, how would you say the practice has been going this week, not only for yourself, but for the tight end position, and I guess if you could summarize for the offense team in general?
Well, like you said, coming off a hard loss, it was tough for the guys. They really bounced back this week. They came to work every day, didn't complain. You know, that's a big problem sometimes when you come off a tough loss like last week. And they came to work, like I said, and they really improved. As far as the tight end position, we're coming along every week. We're getting better every week. I think Leo Gonzalez had a nice gain last week for about 30 yards on a catch, and getting a couple new guys, and then we moved Chris Cooper from tackle over to tight end, and he's really coming along, learning the offense from a different perspective. So we're doing really well.
Awesome, Coach. And you mentioned Chris Cooper moving from tackle to tight end. I saw him last week, and he's a pretty big guy out there. He has some size. He's pretty tall. Do you think he could be used sometime, maybe in the red zone, possibly, just considering his size?
Absolutely. He's going to be a big asset in our run game going forward. He played a little tight end, a little fullback in high school. Went to Cisco Junior College and was moved to offensive line there. So now he's readjusting back to the role of being a tight end. But he's going to help us for sure.
You definitely got to be athletic to play 2 positions in football, that's for sure. Coach, what's something that you enjoy the most out of working with the tight ends?
Man, the guys, they always come with a smile on their face, and there's never a day they come and just aren't working. I think I have the best position group on the field. With from Aaron Bueno to Leo Gonzalez and definitely Chris Cooper and Danny Ramirez. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to work with.
Awesome, Coach. And you mentioned Aaron Bueno. Last season, he was lining up as quarterback, and he was one of the quarterbacks last season. How's that transition been for Aaron, moving from quarterback and adjusting to a new position like tight end? I know he has the athletic ability to do it. Just how's it been for him so far this season? I
mean, he's took it and run with it, to be honest with you. Like I said, we like to rotate our tight ends, and he's right there in the mix. He's a leader in our position, knows the offense really well, obviously coming from quarterback, played a little bit of running back last year when we needed him. We had a few injuries. So he's a good asset for us, and hopefully get him more involved as the season goes forward.
Awesome, Coach. Definitely a guy like Aaron Bueno, someone who has the athletic ability. That's a good sign right there. And Coach, who on the tight end position has really stood out to you this season? I know all the guys have quality, but just who has really stood out to you?
I would say, like I say, I have the best position group on the field. I feel like, but I would have to say Leo Gonzalez has come a long way since last year. Last year he was a 3rd or 4th tight end, didn't get a whole lot of playing time. Really took to lifting weights in the spring and over the summer and working out and just getting a better grasp of the offense, and that has really showed on the field this year with his play. Especially last week, he got a couple catches for about 40 or 50 yards. So
definitely, Coach. And you mentioned Leo Gonzalez being a leader out there. What does he bring not only on the field but also off the field? Does he show those same leadership abilities? Absolutely.
I'll go back to camp. When we first got to fall camp, he was leading our walkthroughs that night. He would hold the position group. Just about 10 or 15 minutes in the dorms, just the tight ends, no coaches, no anything, and he would just go through the plays and just really be a leader. But like I said, those other guys, I mean, they're right there with him, so I'm proud to be a tight ends coach.
Awesome, Coach. We're going to kick it to a commercial break real quick. When we come back, we'll dive into a little bit of Eastern New Mexico talk for tonight's big game. I am James Espinosa alongside Andrew Herring. We'll be right back. This is the Pepsi Tailgate Central on the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Every week, Lone Star Conference football is its own saga.
Are you the hunter or the hunted?
The bug or the windshield?
Don't slip up. You can't take a week off.
We play 7 regular season games.
But that's just the beginning.
In November, the conference playoffs will settle the score.
You want to be the champion?
Prove it.
Who will be the last team standing?
Conference playoffs. We're the one.
Blender, pa' los que saben. Pronto Insurance, auto insurance pa' los que saben. Stop by for a free quote starting at $29 per month. Silverware, pa' los que saben. Pronto Insurance, auto insurance pa' los que saben. Stop by for a free quote starting at $29 per month.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Ibanez, and I'm a student athlete at Texas A&M Kingsville. I'm standing here with some great athletes from the Lone Star Conference, and we're talking about respect. When you're at our games, we encourage enthusiastic support of your team, but we also ask that you support the entire conference by treating all fans, officials, coaches, and student athletes with respect. We're all in this together. The Lone Star Conference. We're the one.
Hello and welcome back to the Pepsi Tailgate Central. I am James Espinosa alongside tight ends coach of your Javelina football team, Andrew Herring. Coach, pleasure having you on set as always.
Thank you.
Coach Herring, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know this is your second year here with the program. Just how did you end up here at Temuco?
I actually worked with offensive coordinator Roger Taylor at Midwestern State.
Oh, okay.
And when I got the call from him that he was coming down here, it was a no-brainer. I've been down here as a visitor, seen the atmosphere and seen Javelina Nation for what it is, and I was excited. I didn't even hesitate. Came back and wanted to make the move and came down here April of 2013, and I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome, Coach. Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere compared to other D2 colleges. I know the tailgate atmosphere is great. The in-stadium atmosphere has to be phenomenal, especially for yourself. And I can only imagine what it's like for the players out there, the kind of energy they get from the crowd. Coach, you might have touched up on this already, but what's the one thing you like the most about this campus since you've been here?
Gosh, I mean, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful campus. You know, we got a lot of new additions.
Definitely.
The tailgate, obviously, and just the people in general are awesome around here. I love it. I mean, I love every bit of it.
Awesome.
Can't get enough.
Awesome, Coach. And since you are the tight ends coach, I want to know what in your eyes, Coach, makes a great tight end. We know there are the pass catching tight ends, they're the run blocking tight ends. What makes the perfect tight end to you, Coach?
The perfect tight end, in my opinion, is a guy who's willing to take on the responsibility of an offensive lineman at times, but at times also they got to be able to go out and make plays in space. A good tight end is able to do both when called upon. Obviously, they're going to be sometimes better at one than the other, but as long as they're willing to do both, I mean, we got a player on our hands. Definitely,
Coach. And tonight's game, Eastern New Mexico, they were the co-champion last year, but this year they're 0-2. Going up against a team with a stout defense like that, Coach, how do you anticipate your group of tight ends handling the kind of pass rush they're going to bring? Do you expect your tight ends to help out a little bit in maybe pass protection or run blocking?
Definitely in run blocking. They like to load up the box and make sure you can't run the ball on them. We've seen some teams pass the ball a little bit on them, and some little things we can take advantage of there. But we're going to definitely have to come. We're going to have to block the front seven because they have a good front seven, like I said. But at the same time, we're going to be able to have to play action the ball and get them out of the box a little bit.
Definitely, with the play action, that's always an opportunity for one of the tight ends to get loose, maybe over the middle or somewhere in the flats. So what you're saying, Coach, is you see a little bit of help on the run game, and hopefully y'all can hit them with the play action.
Absolutely.
And Coach, I was going to ask, do you have confidence that the team will be able to establish the run to set up the pass today, or do you think it could work in the opposite where you pass to set up the run? I mean, I know it could kind of work both ways. What do you feel about that?
You know, I think we're going to have to be balanced today. We're going to have to be able to run the ball, and we're going to have to be able to throw the ball. Like I say, they got a real good front seven, so we're going to have to be able to throw the ball, try to get to our good receivers, you know, Jordan Thomas and Musa Mahmood. and work to some of those guys, and even the running backs coming out of the backfield, just to soften up that box a little bit and see what we can do in the run game.
All right, Coach, and what do you think it's going to take to walk away with the victory tonight?
We just got to come and play disciplined football. I think Coach Callaway's done a good job harping on that all week, taking care of the football as far as the quarterback position, making good reads, and once we have the ball in space, just taking care of it and keeping it in our possession, because we're going to get limited snaps with option football, and that's how it always is.
Definitely, Coach. We're going to kick it to our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have final thoughts from tight ends coach Andrew Herring. I am James Espinosa. This is the Pepsi Tailgate Central, presented by the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Every week, Lone Star Conference football is its own saga.
Are you the hunter or the hunted?
The bug or the windshield?
Don't slip up. You can't take a week off.
We play 7 regular season games.
But that's just the beginning.
In November, the conference playoffs will settle the score.
You want to be the champion?
Prove it.
Who will be the last team standing?
Conference playoffs. We're the one.
Blender, pa los que saben. Pronto Insurance, auto insurance pa los que saben. Stop by for a free quote starting at $29 per month. Silverware, pa los que saben. Pronto Insurance, auto insurance pa los que saben. Stop by for a free quote starting at $29 per month.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Ibanez, and I'm a student athlete at Texas A&M Kingsville. I'm standing here with some great athletes from the Lone Star Conference, and we're talking about respect. When you're at our games, we encourage enthusiastic support of your team, but we also ask that you support the entire conference by treating all fans, officials, coaches, and student athletes with respect. We're all in this together. The Lone Star Conference.
Hello and welcome
We're
back
the
to
one.
the Pepsi Tailgate Central. I am James Espinosa alongside tight ends coach Andrew Herring. Coach Herring, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I appreciate you having me. We're going to come out fired on all cylinders, so all you Javelina faithful, come out and support us.
Definitely come out and support the Javelinas tonight at 7 p.m. Big game against Eastern New Mexico. That's going to wrap things up for this segment. Make sure you tune in for 11 o'clock. I will be with defensive line coach Zane Brown. Thanks for watching the Pepsi Tailgate Central, presented by the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Texas A&M University Kingsville thanks you for watching this special presentation of student-directed and produced media by the Javelina Broadcast Network.